Hello everyone, and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You, a complete placement solution. So friends, in our today's video, I am going to share Infosys top 12 interview experiences. So friends, as you know, Infosys result has been declared and now you need to prepare for the interview. So in this 12 interview experiences, so mechanical, civil, electrical, ECE, CSE, IT, all branches interview experiences has been covered. You can see total 12 experience I have covered, and trust me, you won't be getting question outside from all this question. You need to prepare all this question itself. Okay, so let us start with the interview experiences one. So we are starting with the mechanical student. So interview date was on 11th of January 2022, and offer letter was released on 13th of January 2022, and date of joining 17th of January 2022. Okay, so the first question, definitely they will ask you your introduction, so introduce yourself. And friends, one more thing I wanted to tell you, so this is the first kind of video where we have covered so many interview experiences in a single video, and it will benefit everyone. Okay, so the first question was introduce yourself, then asked about project, then the interviewer asked about the project and what is his role in the project. Okay, and then she asked me what programming language do I know. Answer, I'm learning Java, so I have basic understanding about it. Okay, now then the interviewer asked, so explain me what is access specifiers. Then interviewer asked, technology used in industry, what is SDLC, please define, explain. Do you have any question for me? I asked two questions. Then again the interviewer asked a HR question, so ready to relocate. And then the 10th question was comfortable with night shift. And then the 11th question was, is there any other question? And the total duration of the interview was 16 to 17 minutes. Okay, so friends, you must have understood what kind of question. So I will also tell you SDLC, everyone prepare. Okay, so either from any background, so Infosys ask definitely questions from the SDLC. Okay, now so experience 2. But before we move to experience 2, I wanted to tell you, so friends, Infosys interview material for all batches, okay, based on the new pattern for all stream student is out. So whatever the questions answer you are searching, like SDLC or any kind of electrical, mechanical, so all these details, all the question answer has been done in this PDF, and the PDF is available at a very low price, so only 249 rupees. So get this interview material, do not regret it later. If you regret it later that you did not buy it and because of 249 you were not able to clear the interview, see 80% of the hurdle is written, only 20%, and do not miss the 20% because of this particular material. Okay, now also if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. We are uploading a lot of videos on our channel daily. Now, so interview experiences of the second candidate from civil background. So 14th of January 2022 was his interview. 19th of January he got the offer letter. Everything completed in a span of 1 month. Question asked in interview, so introduce yourself, what is your project, how it will help to the society, why education is important, positive and negative impacts of COVID pandemic. So you know COVID pandemic is still there, so positive and negative impacts of COVID pandemic. Rate yourself in technical skills. Okay, and what basics concept of C++ you know. What is SDLC? You can see SDLC is getting asked to many candidates, and one reasoning question ended in just 8 minutes. Okay, so friends, it doesn't matter if your interview ends in 18 minutes or 17 minutes. Okay, if your interview is good, if you have answered more than 80% of the question correctly, then you can expect a positive result in the company. Now experience 3. Respected sir, I wrote the assessment examination on 26th of December and got my result on 2nd of Jan, stating that I was shortlisted for the interview and the interview dates will be announced 48 hours prior to the scheduled date. I got my interview date on 3rd of January, stating that the interview is scheduled on 6th of Jan from 3:20 to 3:39 p.m. Okay, so he's talking about all 2020. Okay, now so his exam was on 26th of December 2021, and the rest 2nd Jan 2022, and then 3rd Jan 2022, and here the 6th Jan 2022. Okay, I joined the meeting 10 minutes prior to the time of interview, and the interviewer joined on time. Even you need to join the meeting 10 minutes prior to the time of the interview. Okay, now the first question was, tell me about yourself. The second question on projects and conferences. Okay, I had mentioned technical conferences I had attended, so there was question from it. Okay, so he had mentioned that he has attended technical conferences. So tell me about yourself will definitely play a very important role. During my introduction, I talked about the courses, project, and conferences. So a lot of questions were from them. So when tell me about question is a question paper itself. So when they ask you, tell me about yourself. So it is an opportunity for you. So whatever you say in tell me about yourself, the question will start coming from there. What I was doing for the past 1 year as I passed out from the 2020 batch. Why IT, not mechanical field? The interviewer did not ask any question related to programming or any technical question. Rather, the question were straightforward from my resume. The interview went for 20 minutes and he asked me if I had any question. I asked him about the current technology Infosys is working on and he told me about those. After 2 days, I got mail from Infosys that I am selected along with my offer letter. My date of joining is 13th of January 2022. Okay, now next. So I have gone through all your videos on YouTube and also attended Infosys mock interview with you, which helped me to crack Infosys test and interview. And study I got Infosys offer letter. Thank you, sir. My success belongs to you. He directly asked me this question. Tell me your engineering stream. Then why you want to join IT company? Which programming language are you comfortable with? I answered Python. Difference between list and tuples. What is mutable? Okay, tell me Python libraries. What is break, continue, and pass keywords? What is lambda functions? Tell me technical details of your final year project. What is pointer in C? What is null pointer? Again, you can see what is STLC question was asked from him. Tell me about anyone trending technology in IT. I explained him about machine learning. Then he asked me to share the screen and asked me to write program on printing the numbers between 1 to 100. Then he asked me, do you have a laptop? At last, he asked me, do you have any question for me? So that was my interview experiences. I answered 65% question correctly. And my interview was about 30 minutes approx. Okay. So even you can, your interview can go beyond the time which is fixed or scheduled for you. Then these are my question. So question number 1, good afternoon. Vaibhav, are you ready for the interview? So the first question was introduce yourself. Okay. So what do you know about Infosys? Like, do you know any Infosys product? What Infosys do exactly? Why are you wanted to join our organization? What skills do you have? So we can consider you for this role. As I see you are from mechanical background. So why are you interested in IT company? What's take you here? So when you decided to go for IT company, is that your decision to do a job in IT? So do you complete any IT related course before applying for this role? So friends, I always share the internship details and all. So please try to complete that. Suppose your manager is not cooperating with you for any reason. So how long will you manage this situation? Have you ever done a presentation before? Tell me about the latest technology in the market. I told about voice assistant and artificial intelligence. Do you know anything about C++, Java, Python, DBMS, SDLC, and any other basics? So I told him I know about SDLC and oops. Even he did not mention oops. So I told him in brief. So he got happy and asked, very good. Do you have any question? So I asked him 2 questions and he told to exit. Now, let us jump to interview experience 6. But before that, again, I wanted to tell you. So friends, here, if you have not got the Infosys interview preparation material, then definitely you are doing a mistake. And I do not want you to repeat the mistake how other student has done. So for 49 rupees, do not delay your selection. Do not delay your joining. So this material will definitely help you a lot in your preparation. Okay. Experience 6, introduce yourself. What is class and object? Real world example of class and object. Algorithm for any Java program, logic not required. Concepts of C. What are the pointers? In which concepts pointers are used? What is linked list? Type of linked list. Any other data structure you know? What is stack and what concept it follows? What is queue? Example of stack and queue. Do you know database? What is database? Real world example for database and any question from me. So this was conducted for one of the CSE candidate. Okay. CSE candidate 2021 batch. Okay. Next. So now interview experience 7. I am from civil engineering background. They asked me introduction. Why IT? Difference between C and C++. What is OOPS concept? differentiate between runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism, function overriding and overloading, SDLC and its models, explain about agile model, explain your project, different type of foundation, what is planning, what is surveying. So this is definitely from civil engineering. So what is the type, what different type of foundation, what is planning, what is surveying, what are the consequences if you are not able to complete the constructions on time, why should they hire me, civil engineering has a lot of opportunity, then why again IT. So seventh experience is also covered. Now experience 8, please introduce yourself. And they asked me which coding language you are familiar with. I said C and C++ and database. Differentiate between C and C++. Differentiate between primary and foreign key. Explain variables in C. What is OOPS concept? What is SQL and its type, DDL, DQL, DML, and DCL? Program for swapping without variable. This is a very famous question. Why IT? Strength and weakness. You are from ECE department. So this is for ECE. So you're from ECE department, you know only basic knowledge in coding, but company expect more. So what will be your steps for that? Okay, that's all. And introduce yourself. Why should I hire you? How will you describe yourself in one word? 2 situation based question. What do you know about Infosys? So again, I'm in the interview questions. So introduce yourself was already done. So why should I hire you? Okay. And at last HR explained me about package. So actually HR and TR will be similar for Infosys. I mean, it will be only one round. Explain me about package, bond, etc. So speaking about this, we can expect changes will be high on getting, we can expect chances will be high on getting selection. Okay. Now, interview experiences 9. Interview held on Bevex platform. Tell me about yourself. What about your final year project? Do we have knowledge on C, C++, OOPS, Java? I said only basics of C. Interviewer started asking about C. What is an array? What is a struct? I do not know about a struct. So I said, I don't know, sir. What is control statement? If else. What is pointer? What is encapsulation? What is polymorphism? Even though he told I know only the basics of C, he gave me a situation. I said that the interviewer was quite satisfied with my answer. Are you willing to relocate? Do you have any disabilities in you? Do you have laptop? Do you have any question for me? I asked 2 questions. Interview finished. Okay. Now, 10th interview is quite longer. So this interview was for 19 minutes. Hey there, I hope you are doing well. I have given my Infosys interview today at 2:20 p.m. and interview lasts for exact 19 minutes. First question about yourself. About yourself will be asked so that you feel comfortable. Tell me about the projects you have mentioned in your resume. I explained the final year major project. Okay. Then he asked about the problem faced during the project and how you overcome those problems. I have mentioned another project of e-commerce portal and my major project was coded in Python. So he asked me different between HTML, CSS and Python. He then saw other language mentioned in resume. So he asked about difference between C and C++. Then he asked about SDLC. I explained it and stated all the phases in it. Then he asked me types. So I tell him 3 types and explain about the waterfall model. Then he asked which HDLC you have used in your project. Then he asked, you are good in technical, looks like developer, but will you work in administration department if asked? Then I said, yes, I will. Then he asked me, are you ready to learn or work in Salesforce? Then also I said, yes. Then he asked me if you want to ask any queries. Then I asked him 2 questions. If I get selected, my training will be held online or I have to go to the Mysore training campus. So he said, I cannot answer that now. It depends upon the situation. What are the tools and technologies are we going to learn in our training period? He said, we are going to teach you so much things like Python, Java, SQL, database management, SDL, and many other things. So I said, that's great. It sounds interesting. Okay, then summary. Most of the questions are going to come from your resume. So be prepared with each and everything that is mentioned in the resume. Secondly, I was lucky maybe because whatever he asked me, I was able to answer each and every question. He did not ask me any HR question except introduce yourself and will work in your administration. So you can see my branch is CSE, batch 2021, College Mumbai. And now friends, we have the 11th interview experiences and definitely this is the second last interview experiences. My interview as follows. So they asked everything from the resume which I had uploaded. Introduce yourself academic wise. Okay, explain your project and internship. Explain difficulty you faced during developing project and what did you do to tackle them. What is singleton class in Java? Difference between overloading and overriding. Give real life example of 4 pillars of hoops, that is polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, and abstractions. So you need to be prepared with the real life examples of 4 pillars of hoops. What will be the output of the following code? How to define abstract class in C++ and why do we need it? Explain call by value and call by reference or call by address. Okay, and what is an interface? Now the last interview experiences which we have is, okay, so show me your ID card, make sure it is clearly visible. Then why do you want, what do you know about SDLC? I explained definition with all the 5 points with process. If you are given a chance to become a tree, what would you like to become? Tell me about yourself, your final year project, explained whole project. Did you showcase your project or try to make payment out of it? Life without erasures, please justify. Do you have any question? This conversation continues about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so do you have any questions? So at last the conversation was about 3 to 4 minutes. So friends, all 12 interview experiences will give you a lot of idea because all the branches has been covered here. And if you want solution and answer of all the question, then surely you need to refer this Infosys interview preparation material for all batch based on the new pattern for all the stream. Okay, and if you have any doubt, please put your doubts in the comment section. So we are eagerly waiting for your result for your final selection in the Infosys. And because of 249 rupees, I'm saying again, do not regret later. 249 rupees is going to give you a job. I mean, going to help you in getting a job of 25,000 rupees per month for a year. Okay, thank you and all the very best for your interview. Take care.